this is Sandra at Spirit of Avalon. So today I'm doing a video response to Simon at Hermit's Cave for his hashtag top 3 of 3. So top 3 of 3 different tarot systems. Now, I'm probably going to completely wreck Simon's tag because I have 3 RWS, I have 2 Thoth and another one that I'm going to include because it's kind of Thoth related, so that's where the wrecking Simon's tag comes in, and 3 Marseilles / Pip decks because one of them is Pip rather than Marseille. So let's go. So first one is going to be the RWS decks, and this one, the Pamela Coleman Smith RWS Tarot. This is affectionately known as the Dirty Pam, christened by our lovely Kelly Bear. And this one, I love this deck. This I love because it was gifted to me by Simon, actually. And it was the deck that got me back into RWS because I never liked or gelled with Pamela Coleman Smith's imagery before. And I'd had one of those RWS decks that's really blurry and grotty and not nice lines and all of that, and I hated it and got rid of it. And then Simon sent me this, and at first I thought, oh, it's an RWS, but the colouring is really nice. But then which it is, I love the colouring on this, on the Dirty Pam, but when I started working with it, it gave me such good readings. It's one that if I wanted to know something quickly or do a quick reading, I would grab this because it doesn't let me down. It always gives good responses. So this is a really good one to use. So this is definitely in my top 3. So yeah, so that one is the Dirty Pam, or to give it its proper title, the Pamela Coleman Smith RWS Tarot. So that is the first in my RWS 3. Next one is the Smithwaite Borderless edition. Now this was also gifted to me by our lovely Masha over at Musings by Masha, because at one time it was really hard to get this edition, and she wanted to send me something just as a gift, and I said about this one, and she managed to get it. So just getting the cards out for you guys, because there's extra cards in the back of this one. But why I wanted this is because the images just seem so much bigger without the borders, and you've got this lovely like centennial backs. But look at the difference between this and the one I just showed you. It's just like it really pops out, I think. And again, I love the colouring of it because it looks more kind of aged, and it's a really good one. And I actually gifted one of these to my brother for his first deck, and again, it's such a good reader. I just love even going through this and just looking at the pictures because it's just seems so much more It's almost as if it's magnified or something. But I know it's just because the borders have been cut off, but it just really brings the art forward so much more. So I definitely recommend the borderless edition Centennial if you can get it. It's a really good one. And like I say, I actually gifted this to my brother, and he did some really good readings with it actually. The trouble was it was a little bit too clear at one point and gave him a message that was correct, but it was literal in what it said, and it was a bit of a shock when what it said actually did happen, literally. So it kind of scared him off a bit, and I don't think he's ever touched the deck since. I tried to persuade him to look at it again, and I think he might one day, but what he very often does is ask me for readings, which I don't do readings for people normally, but like family, friends and stuff I will. And the last one, this is like my number one, but because it's the blue box Blushing Full, I got this for a really good price because the seller didn't really realise what they'd got. So it's got these backs. I love the smell of it because it just smells old. I mean, the box, look, is damaged here. But this I love because of the feel of the cards. It's just, nothing feels like this. I just love this, and I love the smell. It smells like old books. And I do actually keep this in a bag as well as in its box to try and stop any further deterioration. But it is from, when is it from? 1971, this one. So, but I mean, look at the line work in this, how good it is considering the age of this deck. And then when you think of that RWS deck that you can just buy like over here in WH Smith or somewhere, that's all blurry and terrible, and yet this is from 1971 and really clear and feels just so nice. I've not felt anything like this. I remember first touching Simon's Blushing Full, and the cards, I remember saying, oh, that feels so nice. Of course, then I was kind of determined to get one, and this one actually I paid £70 for, which, you know, some people might think that's quite expensive, but it's actually not, because these go for over 100. I've seen them for 200 more. So I think I got quite a good deal. I can't help just doing this, feeling them. So yeah, so that is my very precious Blushing Full deck that I would never ever part with. It took me so long to get it, there's just no way. So that is the RWS decks. Then we're moving on to Thoth. So this is my Thoth deck, and this was gifted to me also by my lovely friend Giselle over at Mad Witch. And I love this because they're nice big cards. I mean, it's not a greenie or anything like that, but, you know, that's fine. I know the green, I do like the greenie because it has such a nice, it is the actual green colour that I like. This is in order because I deliberately put it back in order. I was using it, but I want to get a book the Long Milo Duquette book to go with this. So that's why at the moment I've put it back in order. I love this Empress. And this Emperor is so fiery, isn't he? But yeah, this is a nice one. I like it because it's the bigger cards and you can see the detail more. I'm sorry if you can hear noise outside because my neighbour is at home and he's got the radio on, so I'm sorry about that. So let's show you some of the minors probably. So it'll be out of order now, but that's fine. So yeah, really cool. But I don't do very well reading with it at the moment. I am trying and I would like to. I can read with it, but not brilliantly, and that's why I'd like the Long Milo Duquette book, because I think, you know, it would help. So yeah, but I'm really happy to have this. I'm really, you know, glad, and I'm really grateful to Giselle for gifting it to me. She had a spare copy, and that was why. So it was really, really nice of her to do that. Why do they never go back into their boxes when you want them to? I'll just sort them out later. Next in the Thoth. Now this is a Thoth inspired. This is the Gill Tarot, and this I do really like. This was also a gift. This was like a Christmas or birthday present, I think, from Simon. And I have got the book that goes with it as well, but I love this. I like the images, I love the backs. I mean, I love this for the Two of Cups. It's one of my favourite Two of Cups, this one. And does actually say love, but, you know. But I do love that, the two faces in the cups. And I like the big numbers and the fact that there is a keyword as well. So I actually do like that. It might not be to everyone's taste, but so yeah, I look at that face, it was very alien. Love this. And that's the title card. And that's the layout card. It's not supposed to be in there. But look at this artwork as well. So nice. Love this for the Hanged Man. Yes, yes. So many images in this that I really like. This devil is cool as well. This is lovely for Judgment. Such a nice deck. I'd really recommend this one if you don't mind like having keywords, and it is a Thoth inspired deck. Yeah, so lovely. Look at this, look at that. It's just lovely, just looking through it. That's why sometimes I just get my decks and sit there looking through them without even using them for readings. Not always. So that is the Gill Tarot, and is a really, really nice deck, I think, in my opinion. Okay, so the Thoth and the Gill that I've just shown you are the only Thoth or Thoth inspired decks I've got. But as it's a top 3 of 3, so I thought, okay, let's just put something in there that's just I thought I will put the Crowley Tarot in. The Tarot of Crowley. After all, he's linked to the Thoth, isn't he? So it's not completely ruining the tag. It kind of is, but not. So this was a limited edition number, what is it, 27 of 500. This is the black and white version. There is an aqua tint version, the colour one, which I kind of wish I had gone for as well, but I didn't, so you know, it's fine. I have this one and I'm happy with that. But yeah, this is a very cool deck. So I thought I'd show this because this is a favourite as well. I do really like it. But I've seen the aqua tint and it just definitely looks like it would read a little bit differently. But, you know, love this because that's an image of one of the girls from the Cottingley Fairy Mystery, if anybody ever watched that, where they said that they'd got fairies in the garden, and some people say it was fake, some people say it wasn't. Apparently it was, but oh sorry, nudity, a bit too late now, nudity alert. But yeah, I really like this. So I know it's not, it shouldn't really be part of the tag, but look, there's our Alistair. Being dramatic as always, look at that. And again. So I thought I'd put him in as, you know, he was one of the people behind the Thoth Tarot. And this is a cool deck. It is out of print, I'm afraid. But you never know. I have seen them sometimes come up on the trade groups. Look at that. So, yeah. So that was the other one that I put in there because I didn't have another Thoth or Thoth-inspired tarot. So I thought we'll go with the Crowley Tarot. That'll do it. So that's that one. So now it is the turn of the Marseilles / Pip decks. So first of all, I have the lovely Ferdinando Cripper deck from Il Meneghello. I love this. This is a recent one of mine. And I saw it on Honey Lou's channel and I loved it. At the moment, I don't really read Marseille or Pip decks much at the moment, but I'm trying to get there. But I loved the artwork on this because, and I know it's stupid, but I loved that it reminded me of a kids show years ago called King Rollo. They just, I kind of call it my King Rollo deck now, but I love it, and the quality of the cardstock is lovely. Really, really nice. I'd like to get another deck from Il Meneghello, Vacetta, because that one looks really nice. But look at these, look at the faces of the horses. But yeah, this one is still available as far as I know on Il Meneghello, on their website. And the cards, of course, are quite small. It's more like a kind of pocket size deck. So, not too mini, but nice. And the cards just feel nice in your hand. So, I mean, if we take this is a Ciro Marchetti card, but you can see if so it's quite a bit smaller than the normal tarot card, but it's lovely though. And I love that the pips have got these big numbers, even though the imagery is not that much different and you've just got one cup and then it says 5 or 7 or whatever, but I don't mind that. I just think it's really cool. So that is the Ferdinando Cripper. From Il Meneghello, which I call my King Rollo deck. Next is the Marshmallow Marseilles. This is one of the only Marseille decks that I kept when I rehomed every Marseille deck that I had. But this one I kept. I mean, look at those backs. Holographic backs. And again, this is a smaller deck, but I loved it. The colouring, it's cute. Even my mum, when I received this deck, said, oh, that's nice. She's not into tarot or anything at all. But I just think it's a lovely one. I mean, look at the colours in that. I like the faces on them as well. So this was one that I just couldn't let go of. And he's so nice. Sometimes what I do with these is I use them as majors only decks. Sometimes. But I know I have to start reading them properly. Hanged Man in the way that I like the Hanged Man's legs to be. Look at this cool death card. Look at the face. So, Devil. So yeah, really nice, this Marshmallow Marseilles. I don't know if they're still available. They might not be. I don't know. So yeah, that is the Marshmallow Marseilles. And lastly, another new one to me that I have not looked at, and it even, well, I've flipped through it, but it's still in order. And this is the Dinosaur Marseilles. Now, this was originally printed in 2018, and I got it on Etsy. It's Anastasia Cashian, but she reprinted them. So I pre-ordered it at the beginning of the year, and it came in April, I think. So it's all in French, but in the booklet it's very tiny writing though. But it does do French and English in the little booklet, so at least you can see what the suits are and things. But I'll just show you. It comes in a really nice hard box, but I haven't done a walkthrough or anything of this one yet. But just look at these backs. Look at the thickness of the deck for a start, and look at these backs. And this is a really chunky deck. It's lovely cardstock, quite thick, and it is linen. I don't know if you can see the linen on there. You probably can't, but it is linen, and it's that really smooth linen. But look at this. I wanted this for the cuteness. Look at the colours on this. So like I said, it is in order because I haven't used it yet. I just loved it. I thought, yes, even though it's a Marseille deck, I've got to have it because it's dinosaurs. Who doesn't want a Dinosaur Marseille deck? Look at it. Well, some people probably wouldn't. I just love it because I think it's really cute. And it's so different. It's the sort of deck you'd get out if you know, that, and instantly you'd smile using it. It's just so good. I mean, the cardstock's just amazing though, guys. I'll quickly go through so that you can see some of the minors. So I think there might be some extra cards in here, but I'm not sure. Oh, look. So, yeah, it's really nice. And I love the colours. and the dinos. I mean, how cool is it? Look at the little guys. You see, so you've got a little bit more in the pips than you would normally. So, yeah. So that is my top 3 of 3. I hope you enjoyed seeing my choices. And I've enjoyed seeing people's responses, people that have done responses to this tag. Anyone that wants to, I'm sure you can still do that, would be great. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will talk to you all soon. Oh, and if I remember, I have a new outro as well now for my videos, which was kindly made for me by Simon because I'm rubbish at anything like that. So he made a new outro for me, so credit to him for that. So hopefully I will remember to put it on the end of this video. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.